I've always been drawn to the idea of visiting Norway, and the pictures I have seen were always so beautiful. The one thing that I hear about the most in Norway are the fjords. And being that I'm 4% Norwegian, I just had to visit my people. So I made it happen by boarding the Celebrity Apex in Southampton, England for an ocean cruise that would take me to see the fjords of Norway. Welcome to Travel Tips and Recommendations with Nikki and Tommie. And we're back. We've been gone for the past 2 weeks getting some great content for you. And the first week is Norway. Next week is going to be on Virgin Voyages. Stay tuned. I'm Nikki, a proud retired veteran and now the owner of Jones Getaways by Dream Vacations, a travel agency that wants to help you experience the amazing of the world. If you enjoy our content, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. As Tommie covered in our video, First Time Cruisers 16 Tips You Must Know Before You Go, the Celebrity Apex is a beautiful ship. It is the second ship in Celebrity's Edge class of ships. Her debut sailing was from Athens in 2021 to the Greek islands. Our first time sailing aboard her was in November 2021, but it was my first ocean cruise in more than 20 years. In this video, I will discuss the itinerary, the excursions I chose, and yep, fjords. We embarked on the Celebrity Apex in Southampton, England. Ports of call were Stavanger, Geiranger, Flom, Haugesund, returning to Southampton to disembark and head home. And I apologize for any pronunciation problems I've had with those cities. First of all, let me tell you what a fjord is. A fjord is a long, narrow sea inlet with steep sides or cliffs created by a glacier. Norway's coastline has nearly 1,200 fjords. Seeing a fjord in real life was phenomenal. Imagine sailing through the beautiful scenic areas and look up and see a multitude of waterfalls everywhere. It was breathtaking. I reserved 2 excursions. First was the rib boat tour. When we were docked in Stavanger, Norway, my friend Jen and I booked the rib boat tour excursion that would take us on a journey through the fjords. Now, I was quite hesitant to board this boat because all I could think of was us jumping up and down and around like you see on TV on those plastic rib boats. But we were dressed in our safety wetsuits that would help us float if we needed it. We also had goggles that protected us from the rain or splashing water, so we were well protected, and I actually did feel safe. So now we board the rib boat and the driver slowly leaves the dock, and as soon as we're clear, he speeds up and cranks up the rock music. It was truly thrilling though. You know, we sat in the 2 front seats and held on for dear life, but everything was safe. It was really actually truly one of the best experiences that I've had on an excursion. So we came upon a specific area where we saw Pulpit Rock from below. And Pulpit Rock towers 604 meters above Lees Fjord. Pulpit Rock is one of Norway's most famous mountain hikes. The next excursion was seeing the Stegestein Viewpoint, 650 meters above the Arlands Fjord. So after we docked in Flom, we boarded a motor coach to take us to the excursion to see one of the most visited locations near Flom. The bus ride up to the viewpoint took about 30 minutes, and it was on an extremely windy road with cars coming down the hill as we were going up. You can either take a bus, one of the little electric cars, or you can hike. Now, being in good shape to walk up there is definitely a requirement. But once you're there at the viewpoint locations, it was stunning to see the views. We were lucky as we got there right before the crowds came. We were able to get some great pictures without a bunch of people being in our videos and our pictures, and we beat the rain. So after our time at the viewpoint, we loaded the motor coach and went back down to the windy roads to the city of Flom, where we toured several churches and just saw a lot of the local areas of Flom. I have to highlight the waterfalls. Oh my goodness, they were just the most majestic things I've ever seen in my life, and they're everywhere. On the rib boat excursion, our driver took us literally right below the waterfall, which made that experience more fun and amazing and just, majestic, breathtaking. And of course, I have some tips for you. Tip number 1. The excursions are very expensive through Celebrity. They can be very expensive. So sometimes they will have excursions at discounted rates prior to you boarding the ships. However, if you wait until you are on the ship to purchase your excursion, just know that you're going to pay full price. Tip number 2. Using a third-party supplier is advantageous, but you have to pay attention to the ship time. You want to make sure the supplier that you use for that excursion knows when your board time is, because Celebrity is not obligated to wait for you to return to the ship if you did not book your excursion through Celebrity. So just be aware of that. You don't want to be one of those ones running to the ship as the ship is sailing off and we've seen all the videos. Tip number 3, reserve your specialty dining in advance to take advantage of some of the special rates they have. Now, the main dining food was okay. They have 4 separate main dining restaurants. Each of them have menus specific to those restaurants. However, you can order dinner interchangeably with the other restaurants. Tip number 4, take advantage of the destination. Don't do like I did, because I really don't think I got a true sense of what Norway had to offer. We saw a lot of the nature, and the weather was pretty gloomy and kind of cold. So I didn't really get off the ship very much, but like I said, don't do like me, do better than me. Make sure you get off the ship and kind of get immersed into the culture and the people. I don't really think I got that much from the cruise. So I think the smaller cruise ships, if you were on a smaller cruise ship, you would get into some of those areas where the larger ones can't get into. So that will give you opportunity to get immersed into the city. Tip number 5, you're provided with the wetsuits on any of the rib boat tours. So I suggest you wear clothes that will allow you to comfortably get in and out of the wetsuits. I recommend going to Norway, but not sure I will go again on a cruise because I didn't get to really engage with the local population or taste any of the Norwegian food, even though a lot of it could be the canned foods, but I still wanted to get immersed in it. Yes, it was my fault for not wandering about in the towns, but it was a little rainy and cold, and that was just not what I wanted to do. So, like I said before, don't do like I did, do better than me. But I also recommend the excursions that I chose. My friend Jen booked the hiking excursion that took about 2 to 3 hours round trip. It was the Himakana Rock excursion. It was listed as moderate, but she said it was actually an extreme hike. So if you want to see any of her reels about that hike, go over to this girl Jen on IG. And that, good people, was my experience of Norway on Celebrity Apex. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Tommie isn't here today, but he's definitely behind the cameras. So till next time, bye.